What is the ego? Let's let the Course of Miracles tell us what it is.
The ego is idolatry, the sign of limited and separate self, born in a body, doomed to suffer and to end its life in death. It is the will that sees the will of God as enemy and takes a form in which it is denied. The ego is the proof that strength is weak and love is fearful, life is truly death, and what opposes God alone is true. The ego is insane. In fear it stands beyond the everywhere, apart from all, in separation from the infinite. In its sanity, it thinks it has become a victor over God himself. And in its terrible autonomy, it sees the will of God has been destroyed. It dreams of punishment and trembles at the figures in its dreams, its enemies who seek to murder it before it can ensure its safety by attacking them. The Son of God is egoless. What can he know of madness and the death of God when he abides in him? What can he know of sorrow and of suffering when he lives in eternal joy? What can he know of fear and punishment, of sin and guilt, of hatred and attack, when all there is surrounding him is everlasting peace, forever conflict-free and undisturbed in deepest silence and tranquility? To know reality is not to see the ego and its thoughts, its works, its acts, its laws, its beliefs, its dreams, its hopes, its plans for its salvation, and the cost belief in it entails. In suffering, the price for faith in it is so immense that the crucifixion of the Son of God is offered daily at its darkness shrine, and blood must flow before the altar where its sickly followers prepare to die. Yet, will one lily of forgiveness change the darkness into light, the altar to illusions, to the shrine of life itself, and peace will be restored forever to the holy mind which God created as his Son, his dwelling place, his joy, his love, completely his, completely one with him.
So what is the ego, you say? Well, the ego to me is that nagging voice in your head that constantly criticizes you. That part of you that tells you that you are unworthy, that you are no good, that you need to fight against everything and everyone, that you feel attack, that you feel pain, that you are the story that you made about yourself, the story that other people made about you. That part of you that feels disconnected, that doesn't feel connected to God or to their brothers and sisters, that needs to constantly be battling the experience of being you. The ego never stops. The ego is your enemy. The ego does not want you to remember who you truly are. The ego does not want you to remember that you are free, that you are as God is, that you are perfect, you are peaceful, you are joyful, you are happy, and you are forever loved by your Father, that you cannot be attacked, that there is nothing you need to do to receive God's love. The ego contradicts everything. It wants you to forget that you are God's child. It wants you to instead focus on the body, focus on the experience of being human, and live in fear. So we must remember that the ego is insane. It knows not what it does. It just wants to live. It wants to be alive. It wants to rule because it believes that it is more powerful than God. So our task is to let it go. Let go of the ego. And once again, remember that we are God's children. We are perfect. we are peaceful, we are joyful, we are happy, and we are forever loved by our Father. And nothing changes that. We continue to be that throughout all eternity. And that is what I think the ego is, and that is what I believe the Course is trying to say. Have a wonderful day.